Hello, friend. Hello, friend. That's lame. Maybe I should give you a name. But that's a slippery slope. You're only in my head. We have to remember that. Shit. This actually happened. I'm talking to an imaginary person. What I'm about to tell you is top secret. A conspiracy bigger than all of us. There's a powerful group of people out there that are secretly running the world.
Yes, I know. It's been almost 8 months since my last movie review, and it's all because of lockdown, to be honest, because that's the last time I've watched a movie. And no, I haven't broken my movie I haters since. I'm doing this review to tell you about another form of cinematic entertainment, one that was so amazing, I just have to get it off my chest. Stay tuned for a review of arguably the best TV show of the last decade. There's no doubt that I've watched entire box sets of some amazing shows during lockdown so far. But if there's one show that I just simply can't get out of my head, it's the masterpiece known as Mr. Robot. What starts out as a relatively standard take on the hacker vigilante formula slowly morphs over the course of 4 beautifully produced, shot, acted and scored seasons into one of the most terrifying and disturbing but also mesmerizing stories brought to TV. Unlike most TV shows, there is no formula to Mr. Robot. Every episode is unique, surprising and painfully unsettling in the most beautiful of ways. From an episode produced to look like an ironic take on a 19th sitcom, an episode with almost no dialogue, to another all shot in nearly one single take. There is an insane degree of individual attention given to each episode, and it confidently surpasses what you would expect from something made for television. Every episode feels like a mini movie in its own right, and it would have felt right at home on the big screen. And unlike most longer-running episodic TV dramas that regularly end up outliving their initial story arc, director and writer Sam Esmail commits to telling a story that was meticulously planned out from the very first episode. Esmail's unwavering artistic commitment to portraying a very specific period in the life of his protagonist is unfaltering, resulting in 4 seasons that all connect and intertwine in a way that only a piece of art can. And like a great and beautifully complex piece of art, Mr. Robot benefits from multiple rewatchings, with each viewing of this masterpiece, seemingly inconsequential details and small character interactions suddenly become significant moments you realize you misguidedly overlooked. But be warned, over the course of its 4 seasons, Mr. Robot explores some very dark, serious and mature themes, many of which other TV shows wouldn't dare address this directly. It delivers some really striking commentary on societal class divisions, drug abuse, the manipulative and potentially destructive nature of unhealthy family relationships, and a wide range of other very intriguing subjects. Of all the themes that the show so bravely addresses, none of them is however more poignant and lingering than its depiction of a man's descent into utter darkness and despair. As a matter of fact, the whole show is expertly crafted around this core theme and doesn't just influence the way characters behave, but also the entire structure, flow, and telling of Elliot Alderson's gripping but tragic story. This results in a show that constantly makes you second-guess your own assessment of what is real and what isn't. And even after you confidently feel some plot device provides clear proof that a certain event was in fact real, something might happen in a succeeding episode that once again makes you doubt your understanding of what is real and what isn't. Sam Esmail, however, shows utmost respect for his viewer, with these constant deceptions never feeling cheap, irritating, or gimmicky. If anything, the liberties that the show takes with one's perception of reality is a beautifully revealing look at what it truly must feel like to not be able to trust your own mind, and interestingly enough, manages to showcase both the drawbacks and comforts of such a turbulent state of mind. I can't attest to ever having experienced the level of mental illness that the show portrays, and therefore can't really comment on the accuracy thereof. But I will say this, after watching the show, it does feel like at least my understanding of this layered and complicated topic has been expanded dramatically. But for each and every technical achievement that Sam Esmail and his team manages to pull off, there is an equally powerful and nuanced on-screen performance to back it up. Over the course of the show's 4 seasons, you meet some of the weirdest, most broken, but also compassionate and disturbing characters to grace the small screen, all of which bring their own unique flavor to this enthralling story. All actors really do a stunning job, so it's hard and almost cruel to single out any specific performance. I will, however, say that the show would have been a loss without Rami Malek, and it's truly something special to witness how his acting gradually actually becomes more nuanced as the show progresses. It's clear that Malek really pushed himself for this role, and boy, does it pay off. Even 2 weeks after watching the gripping finale, I still find my mind lingering back to the show's closing moments, delivering the most satisfying but also heartbreakingly bittersweet endings to a show, or a movie for that matter, that I've had the privilege of experiencing. The last time a visual piece of art has haunted me this much was when I first saw my favorite movie, Memento, and that was 20 years ago. I'd like to therefore believe that director Esmail was at least indirectly inspired by Memento when he made Mr. Robot. But it seems as if my and Esmail's common interests also extend to poetry, as the show exhibits an eerily distinct fascination with my favorite poem named The Red Wheelbarrow. I've been obsessed with this damn poem since my days of high school, so to see it get new meaning in the context of another work of art was something truly special. I can confidently say that Mr. Robot is now my new all-time favorite show. So it shouldn't be that big of a surprise then that I'm bestowing it with the highest of Meerkat honors. And to be honest, if I could give it an 11th, I would. Mr. Robot is one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that just can't be compared with anything else. And what I've covered in this review, to be honest, only scratches the surface of its brilliance. If you end up not watching Mr. Robot, no sweat off my back. Just know that you'll be missing out on one of the greatest stories ever told. And do you really want that on your conscience?